The Vrexhi were apex predators of the Outer Rim. 3 meters of crystalline scale, razor claws, and predatory intelligence honed by millions of years of evolution. When the mining survey ship Terra Nova entered their hunting grounds, Captain Cthara expected easy prey. Humans were soft creatures with no natural weapons. But this human ship had something unusual aboard. A child. Dr. Emma Rodriguez had brought her 8-year-old daughter Sophie on what was supposed to be a routine mineral survey. When the Vrexhi hunting pack surrounded their ship, Emma's first thought was protecting her daughter from the nightmare about to unfold. The attack came at dawn, ship time. 4 adult Vrexhi materialized from stealth fields and began cutting through the hull. But the attackers brought their own young. 3 juvenile Vrexhi accompanying the hunting party as part of their education in stalking and killing. The hull breach came near the hydroponics bay where Sophie had been tending her small garden. Emma rushed toward the breach, expecting to find her daughter's remains. Instead, she found Sophie sitting cross-legged on the floor, surrounded by 3 juvenile Vrexhi who were purring. The sound was unlike anything in xenobiology databases. A deep, thrumming vibration from the youngling's chest cavities. Sophie was gently stroking the crystalline scales of the nearest juvenile while humming a lullaby. "Mama," Sophie whispered. They were scared. The loud noises from the big ones made them shake, so I sang them the sleepy song. The 3 younglings had arranged themselves in a protective circle around the human child, their hunting instincts somehow rewritten by something they'd never encountered: unconditional kindness. The first adult hunter entered the hydroponics bay at full stalking crouch, claws extended. Captain Cthara stopped dead when she saw her offspring. The next generation of apex predators nestled against the human child like she was their nest mother. "They're molting," Sophie explained to the massive predator, apparently unaware she should be terrified. "It's itchy for them like when I lose teeth, so I'm helping." Cthara's hunting party gathered behind her, weapons ready. In their culture, young who showed weakness were culled. But these weren't weak younglings. They were displaying behavior that had no precedent in Vrexhi evolution. The smallest juvenile looked up at its mother, then back at Sophie, then gently grasped the human child's hand and pulled it toward Cthara in an unmistakable gesture of introduction. "I think your babies want us to be friends," Sophie said solemnly. Captain Cthara stood frozen, every hunting instinct screaming this was wrong. Prey didn't protect predator young, and predator young didn't choose alien. Creatures over their own pack. But the evidence was undeniable. Her offspring had found something their species had never encountered. A creature that offered comfort without expecting anything in return. Cthara slowly retracted her claws and settled into a resting position. "Tell me about this helping," she rumbled through her translator. Sophie brightened and launched into an explanation of molting care, proper scale cleaning, and the importance of quiet voices around younglings, growing their brave scales. The hunting party spent 4 hours watching their young experience something that would alter Vrexhi society. Nurturing without dominance. When the Terra Nova departed, it carried the first interspecies treaty in Vrexhi history. The agreement established cultural exchange. Humans would teach child-rearing techniques. Vrexhi would provide protection for human vessels. The treaty was co-signed by Sophie Rodriguez, who insisted on adding a clause about bedtime stories for anyone who needs them. Xenobiologists still debate how a human child triggered nurturing behaviors in a species evolved beyond such instincts. But Sophie hadn't seen predators and prey. She had simply seen children who needed comfort, and responded the way humans always do, by trying to help.